Hey guys, back for another video. I just wanted to show you a little update on my neck turning and expanding my necks for this 30BR. Starting out with some virgin brass, got some Peterson, and I've got some Lapua. And so far the results on turning it and expanding it are pretty much the same. So I started out, I don't know, I talked to a couple of guys, and a couple of the guys told me that they could expand all in one fell swoop with like an expanding mandrel type thing. And I thought, well, I don't know, I can give it a whirl and see what happens. Well, after I turned the neck and tried to expand it, that's what happened. It just pushed the neck right down into the case. So that didn't work. So I went back to my old method of expanding little by little. So I got a 6mm mandrel, 6.5, a 7, and up to the 30. And once I started doing that, they're all coming out just perfect. And so I've told you in the past videos, whenever I'm dealing with a new caliber, I like to turn my necks, really tight, In this case, in the bigger calibers, I would just do them at 1,000 increments, 1,000's clearance, 2,000's. Well, this is such a small caliber, I'm going to start in a little tighter. So if you can see one of these Lapua cases with my bullet in there, and I don't know if it's going to come clear on there or not, but I've got a 330 chamber coming. I don't have it yet, but I've got this at 329.5. So basically, if you can read that, I don't know if you can. Basically, I've got a half a thou clearance. That's my starting. So, like these in the Peterson, I've already turned these all at a 0.5 and the next row is going to be at 1,000, and then 1,5 and last probably 2,000. And I'm going to take those out and I'll shoot them and see how it goes. But just to save you all some painstakings, don't try to expand them all at once. I mean, that's what happens. But other guys I know like to expand first and then cut the neck. But in the past I've tried doing that, and it just seems like expanding that far gets things pushing out of whack like this. Maybe not to this extreme, but it's like pushing the shoulder. Maybe the shoulder's crimped a little bit on one side, then I go to try to turn my neck and it's wobbling around, and it just seems to make a mess of things. So that's why I prefer to expand or cut the neck first and then expand. And with less metal on the neck, it's easier to push it over the mandrels. It's not working so hard, in other words. So what I did also find is expanding these necks like that, stretching out the necks from 6mm all the way up to 30 caliber. It thins out the neck almost 1,000. So basically, if I'm looking at a 308 bullet and I got a 330 chamber, well, that means I can't have any more than 11 on either side to be perfect right at 330. So I want it to be less than that, of course, but that's where I want to start. So starting at 11, I found that I have to turn them to 12, and then when I expand them, they thin out to 11. So I kind of anticipated that. So I started out, on the good side of things and kind of worked my way down to it to where they're just right. But if you're thinking you want them at 11 and then you're going to expand them out to 30, well, don't do that. You're gonna end up really, really thin with a whole bunch of clearance in there. So you might want to start more like 12, and then as you expand, of course, it's stretching and it's getting thinner, and you end up down about 11 after you've done expanded it. So that's all I really wanted to talk about, I guess. And so if you're interested in what these mandrels are, of course, I've got a 6mm, 6.5, 7, up to the 30 caliber. And if I expand little by little like that and use plenty of lube on each mandrel, they're working right out and it's all working fine. But if I just put the 30 caliber in there, that's what I got. It was too much stretching all at once, and it just shoved the whole neck right down. And you know, and I guess somebody might want to try to fire form that, but it's not going to be me. So I don't know who would want to try to fire form that one. But it's always a learning process, I guess. You get out there and you start messing around, and you're dealing with tools and different metals and all kinds of stuff, so you don't know exactly how it's going to go every single time. But this is my first time expanding from 6 to 30, and so there's what I've run into. But the cases that I have done, I mean, they're looking pretty darn good. They're looking really good. I'm not so sure about, you know, cutting into the shoulder with that ring down there. I'll have to take a look at them when they're fire formed. Maybe I don't want to cut down into the neck there because it's got a heck of a ring right there. So maybe leaving the neck whole is the way I want to go. But I really don't know until I fire form these. I don't know what the new chamber is going to be like. I mean, shoulder wise, where the shoulder is going to end up at in this chamber compared to a virgin case. So that's why I always like to do these test ones as well. Different lengths of cuts. I mean, is the new chamber going to rob the material from the shoulder, or is it going to rob it from the neck? So I really don't know until after I shoot a couple. So bottom line is that I really don't want to turn any more of these until I get my barrel. I can go out and test fire these. I can see exactly where the neck shoulder junction is going to be, and then I'll know exactly how far I really want to turn the rest of these necks. So as for now, I'm going to just hang on to where I'm at and test fire these, and then I can go about, you know, cutting the rest of them, I guess. So that's kind of where I'm at. They're all looking good so far, though. Looking real good. So we'll see how it goes with powder testing and all that stuff. So I'm guessing I can get more powder in these Lapua cases just because they're lighter and they're thinner, and so I'll be able to pack more powder in there if I want it. I don't know if I want it or not, but it seems to be what everybody's talking about, packing them plumb chuck full in there, which is new to me. I've never done that, but of course this is a new caliber, so we'll see how it goes. But I guess they're running between 2950 and 3000 feet per second on these bullets, so we'll see how it goes for me. I don't know. I always hear stuff like that, and then I end up shooting down around 2900 or something and don't even come close to pushing it. But maybe this caliber's different. We'll find out as we go. So anyway, I'll see if I can do some close-ups on some of the stuff and throw those in there. But just a quick update video where I'm at, what I'm turning, how I'm doing it, and that's about it for now. Thanks.